Good morning. It is 9:05 and oh man, I had sorry, I have a I had a window up and I just wanted to close it. I had a weird night. I woke up many times. Um and every time I woke up I tried to sleep on my back. So I think I was partially successful. But because of that, I wasn't able to fall back asleep very fast. Also, there was a dream that I had that I really remembered when I woke up. And my trick of stating the dream in my head and then going back to sleep didn't work that time. So I lost the dream when I woke up, now. I also just laid in bed for an hour. I was just really tired. And I kept trying to just lay on my back. And it's so hard. Because I'm so used to the sides sleeping. So part of me was thinking well, maybe the reason I'm having issues is because it's okay to side sleep if I have a bed that supports the side sleeping. Because there's pain points on my hips and on my shoulder. My shoulders get rolled forward when I'm sleeping. And so because it's hard to keep my shoulders back while I'm sleeping. And then, most of my weight is actually just rested on my hip, whatever side it is. So maybe if I had a bed that supported it more. To be fair, I'll just say, the bed that I have, I wouldn't buy again. I'll just say that. I got a full mattress, and I don't know. I need it to be softer, I think, because I'm doing the side sleeping. And I was worried at the time when I bought it. I was so worried and caught up about reading all of these reviews on these softer mattresses just fucking getting decimated immediately and being bad within a year, that I ended up getting a mattress that was too firm for me, thinking, yeah, I'll be able to figure it out, and then it just is not great. So and at this point, I don't know what my situation's gonna look like, so I don't want to invest in something new that I might not even take with me or whatever. I don't know. So but maybe getting some sort of soft topper, because I already have a topper. That's the thing. This is with the topper. Without the topper, it was fucking awful. So I have this thick memory foam about this, but maybe getting another thick memory foam and then sleeping on top of the double memory foam. I don't fucking know. I don't know how to really fix that, but anyway, I feel like all of this is just the things I'm struggling with. It'll be just totally fixed with whatever I'm going to be doing. So I also thought about the older gentleman I was talking about. I really want to tell him about, like, what I've discovered regarding the fact that the inner shadow work and the spirituality are actually two separate things. They're not the same thing. Because I was treating them as the same thing. But I actually realized they are separate but parallel. Where it's like the inner work made the spirituality come out as, like, it's safe to have the spirituality show up. Because I did all of the shadow work. And shadow work, I think, does, like, affect the spiritual. Because it's almost like a remembering of who you are as you go through it. But on a material level, you don't need to believe in anything spiritual. You don't need to have any specific beliefs, because there are real world physical effects of what you do. And the spiritual aspect will show up regardless of what you believe. And you'll interpret it in whatever way you want to interpret it. If you believe in, like, Christianity as an example, it's like, okay, well, maybe you're like, oh, well, God gave me some sort of gift. Great. That's cool. So I'm not too sure if there's anything else to really talk about. Oh, right. So I weighed myself with the old scale, and it says 272.2. So theoretically, even though I'm pretty sure it's broken, theoretically I lost a pound. I did order a scale last night. It should be here today. So I will weigh myself later. But it's not really going to be, like, fair to compare weight this morning. I mean, maybe I'll just go to the gym and weigh myself just to do it, because I mean, I'm already going to go to the gym. So actually, maybe let me look to see. It says it's cloudy today. Okay, well, there's no rain until like 1. Which means I could just walk. And I do like walking when I can. So maybe I'll do another nature walk. Because that was really nice last time. The sun won't be out, but I think that's okay. Trail might be a little muddy, but whatever. Like, checking on my buddy to see if he's getting let go today. I mean, he should, theoretically. So, Yep. I think that's it. Funny enough, the one dream I did have, that I remember, I was fucking moving. So that's very symbolic of kind of my state. And physically, like, yeah, I mean, maybe that's gonna happen. Well, I say maybe, like, at this point, I can't see myself staying at all. And it's like, it's almost, okay, this is gonna sound a little weird, but it's almost like my intuition is going, ugh, thinking about like staying here. And again, it's not about the people living here. It's about me outgrowing the space rather than them being like bad people. They're great people. I just don't think we connect on the same kind of wavelength anymore. So, or frequency, or whatever you want to call it. And because of that, I think there's like a lot of dissonance there. So I just kind of do my stuff, and they do their stuff. And I think it's like everyone can tell that there's been a shift, because it's very much like, you know, obviously we still like each other. We're still friendly. We still like chat, but there's definitely more separation than there was. So yeah, I don't know. But man, my nose is struggling. Yep, I think I'm just gonna do my stuff, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. So thanks. Bye. Hello, it is 3:49, and I honestly, I'm just checking to make sure that my mic is working. I honestly don't know what, like, went through my head. I literally ate all of my food. Like, I made it at, like, 2, and then, I literally was just, like, I had decided, I'm like, yep, I'm just gonna vibe, relax, and just do a rest day. But, like, I still planned on recording everything, but yeah, so I'm like, oh, whoops. So, and I only just now realized it. So it was like, I was literally about to just, so I was like, I shut off all my lights. I was just laying down in my bed, and I was gonna, like, just vibe. I don't really know. Just, like, listen to music or whatever. And then I'm like, fuck, I forgot to... I just totally forgot to do this. So yeah, I mean, that's... I guess I had one time where the mic was muted, but I haven't really had a day where that would happen. So I've just felt really... I don't know, I've just felt off today. And I feel like it's because of, like, just needing more rest. Like, I felt like I was, like, struggling to, like, sleep all night. So I guess that makes sense, but man, it's like, I just feel super tired. I'm just trying to think. I have noticed when I'm tired like this, it's real easy for me to try and second guess. Like, it was actually insane how quickly, because of being tired, like, oh man, it was like yesterday I was totally like just on it, and then today I'm just there just feels to be just something just off. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's like, is something coming up that I haven't dealt with? And it's just like, it's like I'm questioning like everything because of being tired. And my intuition is just like, you just need to rest. So that's what I've been doing. But I don't know. I've also definitely felt more, or I've felt less grounded than I did yesterday. Like, ever since I woke up. Like, I did the walk in, I guess I didn't talk about, again, just feeling off. I didn't talk about, I went for a walk, like I said I wanted to. Did the forest walk. And again, the forest walk felt off too. I was just kind of walking, and then some parts of me walking through the forest, it was like, I felt a little just floaty and kind of, it's like, this is weird. And there was like moments where, as I was in the forest, I thought I like saw something from the corner of my eye, and my heart would like jump out of my fucking chest, and then I'd turn and look, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this never happens for me. So like, why do I feel so on edge? Yeah, it happened like twice too. It was like there were just tree stumps both times. But and then someone had a dog and they were walking the dog, and I jumped on that too. Less so because that was on the way back, and I had already gone to the pond and kind of did a little meditation relaxing. So I felt better, but I still just felt off. It really just like, I don't know. I mean, this goes to show how important sleep is, if anything. I did get my new scale, by the way. Seems to work. Although, when I used the scale, I looked at my other scale, and now I'm second guessing if, like, they were off by a couple pounds, but, like, the new scale seemed to be not measuring what I had, but I had already eaten some stuff, and I had drank some water, and I was wearing clothes, so it was like, I can't really tell how accurate it is. So tomorrow, I am going to do a measurement with both scales, just to see, because they were kind of close. So now I'm kind of wondering if I jumped the gun and maybe, in actual fact, the gym scale is slightly off. So I'll have to test the gym scale again. Maybe do a different gym scale or something. I don't know. But But yeah, I don't know. It's just bizarre. I also didn't feel super energized coming back from the walk. I felt really tired. Now, I'm not sure if that's because there was no sun or if there was a different reason, but yeah. I'm kind of thinking something that comes to mind is maybe this is like, hey, just rest and relax because you're about to get, like, you know, it's a couple days left before, I start having a lot of stuff lined up. So it could be that me resting now is going to pay dividends later, and that's why I'm feeling so tired. Is like the energy is matching up or something. I don't fucking know. And I'll say it's not like the peace is gone, just to be clear. But there's definitely like a layer of this like drowsy, flighty, a weird kind of space where it's almost like a dream. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to bed really early today. It's 4 o'clock. So I'm thinking, like, maybe I go to bed at, like, 9 or 10 or something instead of the 12 that I've been going to bed. I gotta take my roommate to the airport. I will say though, even though I'm like tired, I still got my walk done. I'm still eating the food. Like obviously I can't show you. But I feel like at this point, like, I would tell you guys if I ate something else. Because there's no reason to like hide something like that. But you guys will see my food tonight, so I don't even know why it like bothers me that I couldn't show the food. It's like it's like there's almost like a to me it feels like now I've left room for doubt. Because I don't have it documented. Maybe this is something I need to be working through. Because as I'm talking about it more, I'm realizing that me showing the food is almost like... It's like me proving that I'm doing what I'm doing. And that I'm not just saying it. Like, obviously, you guys have no idea if I'm walking or doing any of the stuff I'm doing. You only know just the 3 times a day that I talk. But it feels like the food is almost like it ties together all the other stuff. Where it's like, okay, if he's eating the exact same food every day for, 5 weeks or whatever it's been. 4.5 weeks, I guess, since the first week I had that one day where I didn't do that. But it almost feels like without that tie, it's like people are gonna think I understand. It's like I'm worried that people are going to view what I'm doing from a lens of being performative. Because they obviously don't see the rest of my day. So, to a viewer's perspective, I'm making all these videos, and okay, there's like this worry that people will misconstrue me again. Because it's just like all over my life. This is just how it's been for most, if not all, of my life, where even the people that know me well, sorry, I have a little, here, let me pull it out so I can show you guys. Okay. So I have this, and I prop my feet up because it's like right about the perfect, it's right about the perfect like distance. Sorry, I'm just putting it back. And so I don't know, like I like putting my feet up there. And so when I have my feet up there, my leg will sometimes bump into the like leg of the table or whatever. So I don't know. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So I think what's most of my life, even people that know me really well still misconstrue me, still don't understand me. Hell, I don't even know if my sister understands me. Like some of my best friends that I've made over the years, they haven't gotten me or understood me. And there's definitely, like, I know that I'm being genuine with these videos. I'm literally just laying myself out there. And I'm not so much worried about that because I just am myself. But it's more like as I'm going along doing the stuff and I have these moments, I know that even though I describe what happens to me, people won't understand how impactful the things that have happened to me are. Like, on a day-to-day, like, waking up and feeling this feeling of, like, the peace that I talked about recently, or, like, having that, that inner child moment. Like, yeah, you get to see the, like, emotion coming from my face, but people who don't want to see or don't, like, or want to intentionally misconstrue whatever it is, they will regardless. And so I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about the people who genuinely want to understand and can't. Because it will be like, it could be frustrating. Like, I just remember the older roommate that ended up leaving, his girlfriend, on numerous occasions, because she wanted to know more about me. And she was like, I'm into tarot, and I like doing tarot readings, and yada yada yada. And so I'm like, oh, great, perfect. She's someone that, you know, I can try and start connecting to. Especially because it's like, oh, at the time it's like, well, it's one of my best friends, like, girlfriends, so, and she seems, you know, nice, so I might as well, right? And just something that really stuck out to me, and maybe this is part of this whole thing, because it's a small thing, but, like, it has stuck out in my head, where I explained to her about my ego death experience. And I tell her, like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and this is, like, my plan, and yada yada yada. And at a certain point, I got gaslit into thinking I always talk about ego death. And it literally was like, she was telling me, he was telling me, one of my other roommates was telling me, and it was still a relatively new thing. I say new, it was a couple years old, but it was something I was still working through at the time. And I just remember being shut down by everyone. Because it's like, we don't want to hear about this. We don't care. That's really what it was. And I distinctly remember us having a conversation, and she finally was just like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try. No, I just don't get it, and I don't want to know. Like, just stop talking about it. I was like, damn, like, okay, like, I mean, I guess it's better that I'm hearing about this than you just, like, enduring me talking about an experience that I was going through. Because, you know, she was like, I want to know, and then it's like, well, actually, you don't want to know. You just want to, like, pretend that you know. Yeah, and it was kind of like, that was a moment, and I've had many of those moments, where it's like, yeah, you don't want to know me. If you did, then you'd try and understand, like, what happened. And why I act the way I do. Because it was all about, like, that, she had asked, like, a question about, like, why do I act a certain way? I'm like, okay, well, that's a complicated, like, answer, you know, and it involves the ego death stuff. So I began explaining, like, okay, well, here's my thought process, here's why I did what I did, and, you know, if you've never had an ego death experience, or, I don't even, just to be sidetrack, I don't even know if what I experienced at this point was ego death. like, because the way people have described ego death, like, I think that happened as, like, a sub part of it, maybe. But it's such a different experience from the other ego death experiences people have talked about. Where they're like, I had a oneness with the universe, or I had this, or that, or the other, and it was like, mine was very different. Where it just felt like I was just in a void. And I was the only existence. And I can't stress this enough. It was like, yeah. Like, oh, maybe. Okay. So this is going to be a totally side tangent thing. I guess this whole video is just a side tangent, but like, or at least this part of the check-in. I'm just going to talk for however long I need to talk. So I had a past life, or not past life. I had a, when I did the Reiki healing, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I did the Reiki healing, the Reiki person talked about, basically being, like, there was a life that I lived a while ago, and I'm saying a past life, at some point, where I had pissed off a lot of people for doing something in a very selfish way, whatever it is. And I know what she says it is. I'm not gonna like mention it because it's kind of like beside the point. That's not like, we're not talking about that specific thing right now. But so pissed off a lot of people. Apparently there were a bunch of gods that were pissed off. Which, you know, whether there are lots of gods, one god, all gods, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that either. But basically, I got a curse because of that, to kind of limit. I don't know. Actually, I don't know for sure what the curse was for. Specifically, like what it did. I'm looking on my computer right now to see if I can. She gave me like notes. Okay. These are the first notes. Okay. Sorry, I know this is, from your perspective, this is like I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Maybe I can control find curse. Oh, there it is. It was just the mic was like hiding it. Okay. You have sacrificed for knowledge and soul evolution. You've angered the gods by abusing your power in the past, and you're using your body to atone for your past life sins. Your time in the void was a curse. and is now being dissolved and cleared. Okay. So, the reason I brought this up is specifically because it is possible that what I experienced was actually a memory, not... Like, I had the experience of ego death in the void as a consequence of remembering this memory. And I'm only just now thinking about this. Because I remember being in the void for a very long time and feeling incredibly lonely. I didn't have a body. I was just in the void. And I remember how terrified I felt of being so alone and being the only one there. I am now thinking, holy shit, maybe that was a fucking memory of me being cast in there, into the void. Something to think about for me, where it's like, yeah, I don't fucking know. That's like, I hadn't even considered that. That would explain a lot. Because the way I was interpreting it... So, people talked about this sense of oneness when they've experienced a full ego death. It's like, I'm one with the universe, and like, you know, it's like you're intermingling and mixing, and my experience was not like that at all. And so I was interpreting my, like, stay in this void space as, like, me effectively being God's perspective, the one, before the one created all. Where the one was just floating in the void. And the void being nothing, right? Like, the void isn't just simply black like space. The void is actually, like, nothingness in a way that, like, it's like you know that there's nothing there. That's the void. So, floating there for so long and experience, like, okay. So, hear me out. This is my hear me out, the void. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So, sorry, I just had to do that joke. Okay, seriously though. So the void, me experiencing it in this lifetime, like this first, like, sentence that she wrote, you've angered, well, the second half of the first sentence, where it's like, you've angered the gods by abusing your power in the past, and you're using your body to atone for your past life sins. Okay? And then your time in the void was a curse, now being dissolved and cleared. What if me remembering the void in this body was a part of the whole, like, atoning thing, where it's like I had to go through that experience after going through all of the fucking bullshit I went through. I say bullshit, but it's like all the stuff that happened in my earlier life. And then that being the demarcation line of, like, okay, your final thing you have to kind of, like, go through is this void thing. And then coming back from it and rebuilding myself with all of that combined together, that maybe that's the only way that I could be the person I am now, is to re-experience that state of being in the void for, and I'll just say, it felt like an eternity that I was there. There wasn't time, but it's like, internally, it felt like an incredibly long time, even though there was no time, because there's nothing in the void. The void is nothing. So, being something in nothing is... it's a very bizarre experience. So... I mean, yeah, I guess because... like, really... I still existed, but I couldn't think. Like, I didn't have thoughts the normal way. So that's why I thought I had dissolved my ego, because I couldn't think. But I was still aware of me. On a conceptual level. And because there was nothing else around me, like, maybe I had an ego death in a unique way, where it was like an ego death of, like, loneliness rather than an ego death of universal connection. Weird. Okay, well, I'll have to ponder on that more, but, like, it puts things into a way different perspective now. Okay. But, anyway, I'm not really sure what... oh, right. So I was talking about how people just don't understand me. And I've felt very misunderstood for pretty much my whole life. I think... I feel like my grandfather knew me, or at least understood me better. My mom, maybe when I was younger, but definitely not in my 20s. I think my grandfather, though, was dealing with his own issues too much, so it was kind of hard to, like, know for sure. But I had that gut feeling that he definitely understood me more. So I'm just going through to see, like, is there anyone else that I can think of that really understood? I guess the one buddy... I guess... okay. So people have understood pieces of me. Where it's like, an example, when I was really depressed, there was someone who understood my depression really well because they were also going through a similar depression state. But the reasons were different for why they were depressed versus why I was depressed. And I'm beginning to realize that hatred and also the self-bashing and the, like, allowing myself to be treated so poorly, I think a lot of that also was Okay, I'll just say it felt like a lot of the experiences I've gone through when I was younger felt so disproportional to like what was actually going on. And at the time, it didn't make sense to me, and I thought that was just how life was. But I think I'm beginning to realize maybe part of that was like that past karma kind of weighing down on me that I had to work through, in addition to any of the current karma from this life. And yeah, I think I'm onto something. I may have to dig deeper, but there's definitely something here about not not being understood. And I think the food thing is just a perfect example of that, where suddenly it's like there's like an oh no, now people are because I didn't show the food one time, now suddenly everyone is going to think I've been like not myself, and I've just been like putting on a mask. And that's obviously bullshit. Like, you just know when you're talking to someone who's being genuinely themselves, you just know on like an instinctual level that there's like genuineness there. Unless you're kind of like intuition radar's really broken or like damaged in some way, which can happen. You know, when you're hurt and you haven't like healed yourself, that could totally be a thing. So I guess I can't really discount that, but I don't know, like, for anyone that's been watching the vlogs, and for anyone that watches all of the stuff that I post, or even some of it, wouldn't that be like incredibly exhausting to always have a mask on? If you're doing so much content like that? That's like, that's, in my head, that's where I'm thinking like, I guess because I've just been so inundated in like just focusing on my process, I never really thought about like, I just kind of assumed that people would know that I'm being genuine. But I guess now it's like, well, how would someone know? It's like, other than intuition, I guess there's just like, you just see what happens on a day-to-day. But I don't know. And on a deeper level, does this even fucking matter whether someone sees me as genuine or not? I know I'm being genuine, so like, why do I care if someone doesn't believe me? And I think that's really like, that's the point, I think, of what like I'm working through right now as I'm talking, is it shouldn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be me, and like, I'm not going to just stop being me because people don't believe me, right? Like, hypothetically, let's say every single person that watches me doesn't believe me. Does that change anything? No. Like, resoundingly no, it doesn't. I'm still gonna eat my food every day. I'm still gonna do the gym stuff. I'm still gonna post videos. I'm still gonna, like, walk my, like, path. So really, like, nothing changes. So then, do I still even care? Is there still even a fear there? I don't think that's all of it. But definitely, I don't think I'm afraid of what I just described now. What else is there? Okay, there is a want to feel understood. Why do I want to feel understood? Like, what is understanding me? What does someone else understanding me and seeing me, what does that do for me? Like, what am I effectively, what I'm trying to suss out is, what am I missing by not having someone see me? Okay, so it's hurtful in some way. Why is it hurtful that people don't understand me? My points that I make can be twisted. Why does that matter? People will tell lies about me. Being talked behind my back. There's something there. There's like there's definitely something core that I'm missing. That's kind of the root of why I'm feeling this way. All right. Forgive me. I'm just gonna see what happens here. All right, go ahead. Tell me what it is. I don't want to be blamed for something I didn't do. Disrespectful. Okay. Why does it matter if you're blamed for something you didn't do? Because it's wrong. Okay. If I did it, I'll own up to it. but if I didn't do it, I shouldn't be punished for it. So maybe this is something in my childhood? What did I get blamed for in my childhood that I felt was wrong and I was upset about? I just keep seeing this image of me playing baseball with the neighborhood kids when we were very young, and then the bat getting swung and hitting, I don't know if it's my sister or someone else, but like it was like a plastic like wiffle ball bat. And there was a lot of crying. I don't know, I'm not feeling anything specific here. So this is it multiple things? Oh, I think it comes back to my dad again. It's like, okay. Okay, I think what I'm kind of getting here is, it goes back to the fucking closet again, where I would be punished for things I didn't think I did. And it would be like getting grounded or like not being able to play with friends, you know, dad being abusive in some way, people not believing me when I like heard some weird noises. I remember being grounded in my room and hearing these like really bizarre noises and being really afraid and running out of my room to like say what happened. And then my parents would go in there and they'd be like, oh, that's just the wind. Like, stop trying to get out of being punished. Okay, well, I guess it's time to talk to my inner child again and see if I can kind of resolve this. Okay, so yeah, do you got a sec? Just because other people may or may not believe you doesn't mean I won't. Just because other people can't see you doesn't mean that I can't. Why are you giving me that face? You don't believe me? Isn't that ironic? My fucking inner child doesn't believe me. What the fuck? Wow, that was a I'm feeling something. Like even my inner child doesn't believe me, and immediately I felt this like no one's gonna ever believe you. Where the fuck did that come from? I'm just seeing this like dark mass. Like what the fuck is that? Feels almost like it's been trying to like get in to this like peaceful space. What the fuck are you? I'm kind of right now like picturing this like barrier surrounding this like inner peace, this very peaceful atmosphere. And there's this fucking like blob thing like latched on to the barrier. It's like I just keep thinking parasite. I don't fucking know. I literally have tried to like imagine different like wizard spells being like cast on it. And it's not doing anything to this thing. Wait a minute. I think maybe this is the remnants of that idea of monster. Yeah, maybe monster in like a different. It's not very big, like relative to like the space. So I don't really. Like, how do I get rid of you? Like I don't understand what you are. It kind of like reconstituted into, like, something that looks kind of like my inner child, which is really weird. It's like, okay. So, I'm getting the feeling that this thing wants to get inside into this inner peace area, but I can't have it go in there with its current, the way it currently is. So if I was to allow it to go down there, it would have to transmute in some way. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this because I'm not sure if I'm being tricked here. Like, this feels very weird. And I'm not really getting any gut reaction one way or another. But it feels like the inner child inside is the, like, light aspect. And apparently this is the shadow aspect. And when together, they make a whole. But I don't know if I believe that. Which is funny because I was just having an issue of my inner child not believing me. And now I'm not believing this supposed thing that's apparently my inner child, but a different aspect. Funny how things... That's so weird. I apologize. At this point, like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen here. I need to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know if I'm even gonna post this video. I might have to do something or cut it or whatever. Okay, you hold on for a second. I'm gonna go back in there and talk to my inner child and see what the inner child thinks. Because obviously if you're two halves of the same thing, then... Well, oh... Why are you both doing the same thing? What the fuck? I'm really confused here. Like, what the fuck? Do I just let it happen? I guess what am I worried about? I'm worried I'm being tricked into letting something into my inner peace. I'm worried that my inner peace will change in some way. Okay. What is the worst thing that can happen here? My inner peace is broken. So if this is part of me, and I don't let it inside, then I truly cannot have inner peace. There's always going to be something hanging around. Split. However, if this is some sort of external force... Well, okay. Okay. So I think I need to... Alright, I think I'm getting a gut thing. I just need to let the two inner childs meet. Because... Yeah, okay. Okay, so... I mean, my inner peace didn't explode like I thought it might have. I guess they are the light and dark side of the child. But like in a truer sense, where like the darker side is like the mischievousness, equally playful, but you know, does like pranks and like innocent things that are just mischievous, just keeps popping up. And then the light side's kind of like the kind, loving, and gentle side. Both are important. I'm not really sure. Oh. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. So I'm hugging my both aspects of my inner child. And my mom and grandfather are also hugging them. Oh, okay. My dad showed up. And I'm bringing him in for the hug as well. And then there's just a little baby version of my sister. Okay. Well, fuck. I don't know. This... Not really sure how things are gonna change. Sorry, my eyes are like trying to get adjusted to the light again. I don't know how things are gonna change internally with that. Honestly, I was expecting some sort of like crying or something, but yeah, it didn't. Like, there was a little bit of like rumbling of maybe an emotion there, but it was more like there was the inner peace and then there was the external emotion outside of the inner peace. And because I was inside, even though I felt and experienced the emotion, I didn't... Like, it didn't affect me in the same way, which is weird. It's like witnessing someone get emotional versus being emotional. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not too sure. I guess I'll have to... Now I'm worried. Sorry, I'm gonna get up. My butt's a little sore. I'm gonna get up. Or sorry. I'm wondering if I'm just thinking about like what are the ramifications for this? Is it like I'm not going to feel emotions? Because I did feel emotions and I do feel emotions. Do I have to like put a filter? But that seems weird because then there are going to be emotions that I don't feel. This inner peace thing is great, but also how does it interact with my emotions? because it felt like it kind of bounced off, but it's not like it went away and disappeared. It's like I still felt it, but through the lens of inner peace. What the fuck? Huh. I'm not sure. I guess I'm at a complete loss here. Like, boy, did I not expect to be fucking doing whatever this was. Okay, well, I guess if you see this unedited, just in one long take, then I just said fuck it, putting it up there, and it's gonna be just an unwatchable day. So, I guess if you're watching it, good fucking luck, I guess. Is my eye... Oh, okay. My eye looked like really red on the right side for some reason, but I think it was just the angle. Yeah, I guess good luck. I'm gonna let you guys go here. It's like a fucking hour and 14 minutes. What the fuck? Okay. Bye. I'll see you in a second. Hello, it is 8:07. I'm gonna keep this one a short one because I don't have too much to say, but chickpeas. You know what? I'm not showing you about bananas. No, I'm kidding. Bananas. I've just been relaxing. I really felt, it's funny. I felt better with the, what's it called? Oh, man. There we go. I had it not in the corner, so it looked like I was looking further away. But yeah, I was relaxing, and I felt like overall a bit more, like I had a bit more energy. And then immediately, when I just was watching some random fucking YouTube slop that I used to watch a lot when I wanted to just vibe. And immediately I was just like tired again. I'm like, damn. So, I don't know. Now I'm just like, I just wanna sleep. I'm gonna eat my food and then I'm gonna go to sleep. But fuck. Today's been a weird day. I just have to watch my today's video. I have it already uploaded, so I just need to put the cover on and then ship it. So, alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good night. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I guess it'll be an early morning, which means I need to go to bed earlier. So, there's that. Man, I'm like having a hard time keeping my eyes like fully open. I don't know if that's noticeable or not, but I don't know. All right, have a good night. Bye.